some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to Nashville, Tennessee, First Bank Stadium, home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the California Golden Bears, taking on a team from the SEC, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Commodores will boot it away to start the game. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. He'll try the left side. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not second and long. It's not third and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it to the right side. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football. Come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
The one thing that can derail this offense, a bunch of 3-and-outs. They won't do that here, but they might go 4-and-out if they don't convert. Still on his feet at the 40. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And they're showing you their intentions early in the game. It's 4th down, you're in your own end. We're going to be aggressive, and we're not just going to do this early. We're going to do this all game long. Awesome execution on a critical down.
The Golden Bears come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Trying to get the edge on the toss. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number one. It was priority number one. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Sends it back in motion. Snap to the back. And he forged ahead just a bit. Not a lot working with the Wildcat there. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Floats it out in space. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
And the Golden Bears trying to get a touchdown on first and goal. To the air, it's John. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Back to pass. Moves around to clear up the vision. Oh, man, he almost picked that one off in the end zone. Instead, it'll be third down.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on third down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical third down. Whether you're running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
They're going to throw it on third and goal. To the end zone, and it's picked off. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
I hate to be Captain Obvious, but it's pretty obvious that it's raining. And you just don't know how a quarterback is going to always respond, and hand size and how they throw in the rain. An opening drive, a chance to come out and get some momentum, and he makes a critical mistake. And you talk about giving momentum away. Let's see how this offense now comes out and responds the next possession.
They'll run the RPO and throw it right out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
They'll run it from the gun. There he goes. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. He might want another play. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Gossett. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the 1st down. And the Commodores come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play.
27, jump.
Gets the back moving. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
The Commodores come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. Right on the money. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a 1st at the 32. And on that 3rd and short, I don't think he was unhappy to see that zone.
Nope, it's a great job by the offense. Hey, see where the holes in the zone are? Sit down. You only need a little bit of yards on this 3rd down. Get the conversion. Move the sticks.
And the Commodores getting set on 1st and 10.
Flag.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Gossett. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Commodores in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Here's the handoff. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this 1st period. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the 1st quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field.
Here we go, set.
Right back to the well. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense. We got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something to get momentum back on my side?
Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. And the Commodores will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll go to the air. Somehow fits it into that traffic. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
2nd and goal coming up. The quarterback sneak, looking to eke out a few yards. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Third and goal, where the strong come through.
Military stunt.
From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Doors!
This wide receiver is so dynamic. The bubble screen is a play every offense has in their back pocket now these days. You just want to find different ways for this guy to touch the football, whether it's jets, reverses, and bubble screens. He makes people look so silly out in space like he did right there.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cal offense is headed back onto the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, down 7-0. He's got him in the flat. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's John. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. The Golden Bears come to the line with a new set of downs. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you could tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick, and I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To throw again. Looking to the big tight end. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Another off throw from this quarterback, and they knew coming into the game that they were going to have success. They had to be efficient throwing the football, and they have not been that so far. Whether it's been pass pro, bad routes, bad throws, they're not getting it done right now through the air.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Swings it out to his running back. Turns it on in midfield. Breaks into the open. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And the Golden Bears are on the move. Now they'll run it on the toss. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jason, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's John. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. They get him on the ground after the turnover, but there is a flag on the field, and we'll see if that will be a reprieve for this offense. Split backs here. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. They'll go to the ground. Finding an escape route. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Pulls it in. It's Gossett. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. From the gun, running back on the move. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one, and I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to have to give an earful to their guys to come out here in the second half and start making some plays. You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere, and you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
The Commodores trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. Finds his man. It's Hutchinson. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It'll be 3rd and long. He wants to change this route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Looking to buy time. That's reeled in. It's Hutchinson. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And the Commodores will line it up on 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out fast. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
The Commodores are threatening in the red zone.
Come on.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. They'll immediately call timeout.
And he was held in check in game 1, but you're not going to hold him in check for long. And right out the gates, getting a sack in the 2nd ball game, that will not be his last sack of the season. This dude is a ball player.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone.
And that time the defense in 3rd and long, 6 DBs on the field. There's not going to be anywhere to throw the football with that zone coverage. They do a great job reading the quarterback's eyes, David. They break on the ball for the pick.
Yeah, great job forcing the 3rd and long, predictable situation. Like you said, now you got them right where you want them. You practice those situations, all those extra DBs, and they make the big play.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Golden Bears now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. They'll send the back in motion. To the air, it's John. A little release to the back. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires to the big fella. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Using his legs to buy some time. Got room to work. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself? They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the third time today. Trying to take it back. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Golden Bears will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. They've seen the good and the bad already. A touchdown on the opening drive, a pick on the second one, and now to try to get things back on track. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
And the Commodores with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Wants to fire on second down. Caught in the backfield. It's Gossett. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down.
Quick! Let's go! Let's go!
Running back searching for a hole. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up second and 4.
We love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Commodores can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Balls it in. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And the Commodores have this offense rolling.
Under.
Motion from the back. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Buys a little time with his feet. That's caught. It's Hutchinson. And they'll knock him down.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Commodores come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the 1st down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
And the Commodores will snap it on 1st and 10.
Trick 9B.
That's caught. It's Gossett. That's a 20. He's got space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
First down, Commodores.
The Commodores back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He leaves it with his back. He's pulled down after a tough run, gets it to the 6.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the 2nd half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. Caught in the backfield, it's Turner. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're throwing this ball to the running back out in the flat. That's essentially an extension of a sweep play, right? But the defender there to bring him down for a gain of no yards.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the 1st without scoring. The give from the gun. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
First and goal, Vanderbilt.
And the Commodores started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Got his man quickly. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Two of their 3 red zone trips have come up empty. They'd like to punch it in here on 2nd and goal.
22 water.
They'll try to pound their way in. And he'll be stopped for no gain, still sitting at the 3-yard line.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play up tight on you. So I know that. Now how do I counterpunch and attack this defense?
And here they come to give it another shot on 3rd and goal from the 3. Touch pass on the run. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
On the play.
And I love the defense here, playing downhill, playing fast, understanding it's 3rd and goal. I don't have as much space behind me. I can be more aggressive on that touch pass. They come up, they set the edge, they make the big tackle.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. And this ought to be a chip shot from about 20 yards out. Well, guys, Vanderbilt has the lead here as the quarter comes to a close. And sitting in a good spot as we wrap up the 3rd. Let's take a look at our game stats while we have a break in the action. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Right down the boulevard. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tennessee endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Rocky Top. And the Vols came away with a win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. All that speculation all week, and now we know. Something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Cal gets it back. The sturdy Golden Bear offense on its way to the field. That number 1 beside your name is a heavy burden, and when you're behind late, the weight of the world is on your shoulders. Back to pass, it's John. Finds his tight end. Oh, he's got some space. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And just when you thought they were finished, and they looked finished the whole game, finally a play to give some hope.
And so they got to make this count, and they got to put some points on the board and pay this one off, Reese. It's been tough sledding for this offense all game long, but maybe, just maybe, that play will wake them up.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Wants to go up top. Quickly to the tight end. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
Well, finally this offense is able to show a bit of a pulse. I mean, we haven't seen this all game, but how about that play? Generating an explosive one in the passing game. They're obviously trailing here in the fourth quarter. Maybe that's the play that's going to give them some life and give them a chance to win this game.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Wants to throw it. Might be looking to run. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. The Golden Bears will hustle to the line. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Got his man out of the backfield. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Nice job by the defense forcing the 3rd and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
A huge chance for points here on 3rd and goal, and if they can get it in, we might have ourselves a finish. Swings it out to the flat. And that was a high percentage completion and a low efficiency pass. They lose yardage. That leaves them with a tough 4th down situation. You'd love to just chip into the lead, but at this point, a touchdown's what you're after.
And I think it just clears up the decision-making later in the game. But I think you stay aggressive here. You try to get the touchdown. You're not going to have very many opportunities like this left in this ball game in the 4th quarter.
So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolute shank. Missed it. Guys, that field goal could loom large. Missing an opportunity to get within a touchdown. We're still sitting on a 10-point game. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. The points have been tough to come by, and they'll try to stretch this to a 2-possession game on this drive. Running to Green. Turning it on. The 40. The 20. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Commodores. He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
It's tough to start a year. You got to go into a hostile environment, play a good team. They weren't able to get that win, but they've looked entirely different in this one. Playing at home, they've been feeding off of the energy of their crowd. They've executed better, and they're going to feel real good after this win.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the 4th. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion when they lost yardage.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there and then create a negative play.
And the Golden Bears have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To throw, it's John. Floating away. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback in this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. After that last explosive running play, David, why not just try it again, right?
I mean, why not? Such a big, long, explosive run. You think, Jesse, maybe give it to him again? Or do you say, hey, QB, throw that thing out there?
I think you keep it on the ground, David. Honestly, I was watching the offensive line. They were fired up after that long touchdown run. You know they just want to go back out there again and get some push.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long.
Sheep 22, water.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Brought down at the 20-yard line. 3rd down.
Commodores are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Motion from the wideout. Off the boot, looking for his man. Touchdown, Vandy! And the beatdown has ensued.
And this offense has had a good day, and more importantly, this team responded from last week. 0-1. Didn't look good to start the season, bouncing back, getting a convincing victory. Nice job by this team handling adversity early in the season.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Rice came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Houston had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. There he goes! Taking that all They stop him at the 7.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Fakes to grab. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch. His defense didn't hang its head. They've stood tall after the big play. 3rd and goal coming. Back to throw, it's John. And they're in for a touchdown late in this game.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Powers forward. He gets in there for the 2-point conversion, and now we have a 2-possession game.
On that 2-point play, they went toss, trying to use his speed to the outside. Nice job blocking downfield for the conversion.
Cool as a cucumber as the hands team makes a sure catch.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Offense in a split backfield. The give to the back. Breaks into the open. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the 4th quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
They're wanting to pile up some extra points. And as the ball falls incomplete, the clock strikes 0. That was hardly a performance worthy of a #1 team in the country, and now they have to look themselves in the mirror and see if they can get this thing right.
Yeah, they got hammered. Like, this was not competitive. This was a bad performance. And the committee watches every single week. And being the #1 team in the country, obviously you got some pressure on you, but this squad's got to perform better. They got to show up, man. This was an embarrassing loss. And, Jesse, they're going to have to get some things fixed if they want to go try to compete for the ultimate prize.
I think the problem, if you're the head coach of this former #1 team, is that you've got a lot of problems to solve. What went wrong is they never even showed up. They didn't even look motivated in this game, and they got dominated in all 3 facets on the field. This isn't just a one-solution fix. There are a lot of question marks now. They're going to be revolving around this program, and a lot of doubt.